कल, आज और कल लाल गोयल के संग में आप सबका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। कार्यक्रम कल, आज और कल लाल गोयल के संग का सीधा प्रसारण V4 न्यूज, ग्लोबल टीवी, V4 स्ट्रीम, न्यूज गांव से संवाद सरोकार न्यूज, ऑर्गन डोनेशन इंडिया फाउंडेशन एवं ज्ञान के द्वारा किया जा रहा है। कार्यक्रम कल, आज और कल लाल गोयल के संग में हमारा उद्देश्य है आपको रूबरू कराना उन विशिष्ट अतिथियों से जिन्होंने अपने जीवन में बहुत ऊंचाइयों को छुआ है और जो एक प्रेरणा स्रोत बने हैं युवा पीढ़ी के लिए। आज हमारी विशिष्ट अतिथि जिनका मैं बहुत बहुत स्वागत करना चाहूंगा, मोस्ट वेलकम मिस नुजरत जहां टू आवर प्रोग्राम कल, आज और कल लाल गोयल के संग। मिस नुजरत जहां के इज MBA, आप MBA हैं एविएशन सिक्योरिटी मैनेजमेंट में फ्रॉम इट्स काउन यूनिवर्सिटी ऑस्ट्रेलिया से। आपने डिप्लोमा किया है एयरपोर्ट मैनेजमेंट एंड इंटरनेशनल सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग एविएशन में ही, और आप नेशनल राष्ट्रीय उपाध्यक्ष हैं रिपब्लिकन पार्टी ऑफ इंडिया अथावले की। आप जनरल हैं इंटरनेशनल ह्यूमन राइट्स कमीशन की। आप एक बहुत ही जानी पहचानी समाज सेविका हैं और आप फिलैंथ्रोपिस्ट हैं, दानवीर हैं, और आप जो है मालाबार कोझिकोडे से आती हैं। आपका बहुत ही ज्यादा आप कर्मठ और स्ट्रॉन्ग फीमेल लीडर हैं जिनको की समाज सेवा का बहुत ही ज्यादा आपने अपने को अर्पित किया हुआ है समाज सेवा के लिए। और आपने जब ये राष्ट्रीय कोई भी आपदा और विपदा आती है, जैसे कि फ्लड आया था उस सब में, या कोई या एयरलाइंस में कोई भी प्रॉब्लम आती है, तो उसके लिए आप काफी आपने सहयोग दिया, काफी उसमें बढ़ चढ़ के भाग लिया। और खासकर जो भी विदेशी प्रवासी हैं, क्योंकि केरला से जैसे आपको पता है कि बहुत प्रवासी भारतीय हैं, उनकी कोई भी प्रॉब्लम होती है तो आप वो कोशिश करती हैं उनको सॉल्व करने की, उन्हें सुलझाने की। आप राजनीति में भी आई इसीलिए कि जिससे आप सहयोग कर सकें लोगों की, जो लोग बाग बहुत ज्यादा सफर कर रहे हैं, जो पीड़ित हैं, जो कि भारतीय लोग जो यहाँ पे भी और जो बाहर भी हैं, प्रवासी हैं, उनको सहयोग देने के लिए, उनकी सुनवाई करने के लिए आपने राजनीति में प्रवेश किया। और आपने पार्लियामेंट का इलेक्शन लड़ा 2019 में, इसीलिए कि आप किसी तरह प्रवासियों की जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं उसको सॉल्व कर पाएं। आप बहुत ही एक्टिव और इंस्पायरिंग पर्सनैलिटी हैं, और जो हमेशा प्रवासियों के लिए तत्पर रहती है कार्य करने के लिए। आप मालाबार डेवलपमेंट फोरम की बहुत ज्यादा एक कर्मठ कार्यकर्ता हैं, और एक सेव करीपुर फोरम है उसकी भी आप कार्यकर्ता हैं। आपका जो बैकग्राउंड है वो बहुत ही स्ट्रांग रहा है एविएशन में, उड़ान सेक्टर में, एविएशन सेक्टर में। आपने करीब 22 वर्ष तक एविएशन कंपनीज में काम किया है, और आपने उसको उस वक्त काम करते हुए प्रवासियों की जो दिक्कतें होती थी उनको बहुत पास से देखा, समझा है। और आपने अरब के कई देशों का दौरा किया, वहां पे जाके प्रवासियों की प्रॉब्लम को समझा है और उनके इश्यूज को समझा है। मैं बहुत बहुत स्वागत करना चाहूंगा फिर पुनः एक बार मिस नुजरत जहां का कि आप हमारे कार्यक्रम में आई। I will be asking question in English because we understand English. Now, my first question to you is, where were you born and where you spent your childhood and where your primary education took place? And so please tell our viewers about this.
I was born in my mother's place that is called Omasheri. And then I was born and brought up in Maur in Calicut district, Kozhikode district itself. It's a village. It is like everybody in India knows my village because it was the first South Indian biggest industry, Birla industry was the Goel ranks. And that's near to that, just to the next compound of Goel ranks. I was brought up. My childhood studies up to primary classes, I studied in Goel School in Maur. It was an English medium school, the first English medium school in Kerala, like a village like that. It was more attractive like that. Then it was like a pan-Indian culture we had in Maur actually. With just like the villagers were surprised to see that Birla's quarters factory, his helicopter coming, all those. So in my childhood, I've seen the big world. So even now I feel that I have run before time. I have seen a village at that time. And it was so sadly to say the crisis of that factory also I've seen. So life's up and down in the surroundings I have seen. My father was a worker in that Golerans, and he shifted to abroad in 78, like that. So after that, my studies were shifted to a convent school in the city. That was Presentation Central School. Because if we don't work on that factory, children are not allowed to study in that school. So like that, my school was shifted. So that was my first, mentally I was down because changing in a smaller class to shifting to another school. So like that itself, my life, crisis management, like that, it started, I think, in that age. So after that, it was a big challenge to go to cities, convent school. Then from there I studied, and then my father died after 2 years, me joining to the other school when I was 10 years old. I have two sisters and one brother. So he was an NRI from there itself, because at that time, no aircrafts like this in 80s and all, no, we don't have connection. We had Mangalore one Air India coming, and in Gulf Air coming to Mumbai, only that. So his body was not brought to India at that time. He was buried there only in Doha, Qatar. Then from there, the life struggling started, because I'm from a normal Malabar family, average Orthodox family itself. So to study in a convent education with going with a uniform, with a mini skirt to the school, it was a big challenge at that time for my mother. Actually, I have to support her, salute her, because she's sending 1 hour distances there in the line bus to me to go to the school. From the village, everybody criticized, family, everybody criticized, because till we had a father, we didn't have any problem. When the father was no more, we were struggling like anything. But my mother and we didn't give up. Even we didn't have money for anything else, our school fees and everything, she managed to do it. From there is the life studied in that age itself.
Oh,
Then at a
so you have a very disturbed childhood, I must say, because and challenging also, challenging in this sense that you were going wearing mini skirts at that time, and that too belongs to a community which I am sure the people are very orthodox at that time, and it's in that context also it was very challenging. So how you overcome and how your mother overcome this challenge?
my that only now I get surprised how she overcome, because just children, even if we come and cry for that, whatever people say after coming from the school, 1 hour is for crying and telling all this, because we went like that. Then somehow with that surviving, we don't know. I cannot explain that. See, but at that time also I had a dream that I will achieve the dream what my father's vision was, because he wanted to do all this. When he is no more, only we are facing all these problems, no? So in at a time, the education also got stopped, like that. Many problems it got attend. That time only I was thinking, because I've seen this culture and I was not ready to give up my studies anyway. So like that, I was pursuing graduation. In a parallel college of Goel itself, I did my pre-degree. Then from there, I started as a teacher in a school like that, along with the studies as a tuition teacher like that. At that time only, I thought I will complete my degree online, not no online and all at that time, kind of correspondence. So when I was pursuing online degree, that time I saw an walk-in interview for East West Airlines. So at that time, the India's first private airline is coming. I was reading all this news. So they asked for the degree people actually. They called for it. So I thought, let it be. I know English very well. I can talk in that way, and I'll see whatever I can get. I went for the interview. In the first interview, the first question to me from the manager was, "What do you know about East West Airlines?" He didn't ask my name or anything. So I said, I've seen only the flight flying in the sky, and it is East West Airlines. There is an East West Airlines also along with that. Nothing else I know, but I can do the work, whatever you give me, if you give me a chance. So I was selected in that answer. I was smiling like this, and I didn't have any fear on me. So that is how I entered. Then on that way, completed graduation.
So while working with East West Airlines, you have completed your graduation.
Yes.
So, but was it not challenging? Although it was a correspondence course, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
So, but it was not challenging because the airline work is quite taxing. The whole day you have to be there, and side by side you are doing your graduation.
Yes, that's so I moved to the city side in a hostel life, so I could manage it both together like that. So like that, it's very challenging, but I cannot give up. I have to come in life, and family is depending on me. So I should not fail. I should show people, even if I'm crying inside, I should laugh. So it was very easy for me to work in airport or in the booking office, because I know to laugh very well.
Okay. After that, you have done this MBA in aviation security management.
Yes, that I did after I was working with Emirates Airline. So,
you mean to say you have left this East and West Airlines, then you switch over to Emirates?
No, I switch over to Oman Air.
Okay.
Oman Air in Trivandrum Airport.
For the booking, for the same booking, yeah.
Was in an offline station in Qatar Airways. I got switched on to, in that my marriage finished in the end of the East West. Then I thought I will stop my job and be a housewife and go. I changed my mind in one set time. So then I understood this is not correct thought, and then I came back and joined as Air India trainee again to get an opening. Then from there, 6-month training finished, I got into offline office in Qatar Airways. In Calicut, they started offline office booking. Getting then while working with that, only Oman Air opening in Trivandrum as direct airport staff. Back to Trivandrum like that.
Okay.
She was very small. She was 3 years at that time. So with her, I traveled to Trivandrum and I worked there. From there only, I shifted to, after that, to Emirates Airline. The first appointment locally Emirates made when they came to Kerala was me.
Okay.
So at that time, but again, I should not sit like that. I should be touch the topmost position. So I started with thinking what I'll study. So nobody studies aviation security and only pilots and those people, you know. But I thought I will spend money, and through Emirates they conduct classes in Dubai, monthly classes, 4 or 5 days. So 2 years course. So I managed. That was very, very challenging for me. Airport job and Dubai going, studying assignments.
No, but how you are managing this? Because you were in Kerala and you have to go to Dubai, or you shifted to Dubai?
No, I was in Cochin Airport. So I finished my work on the monthly 4 or flight classes we have. So work in the same flight I go to Dubai. The day's work I finish, so I don't have to take the leave. The flight leave, my work is over. So I'll go on that flight. After 3 days, I will come on the same flight and I will change my uniform and work for that day. So only that 3 days leave I have to take. Traveling, work also.
But so who was paying for your traveling and your...
traveling company gives a free ticket.
Okay.
Fees.
So basically, you have utilized your time and your those free tickets, etc., to get more education, especially in the aviation security management. And so that you have done. How much time it took?
2 years.
Okay. After that?
After that, I became the airport manager when Etihad launching into Kerala. I was a person selected first, and I had the charge to set the station in Trivandrum and Cochin as an airport manager. From Emirates, I'm going. No? So from there, I was working with both station was launched very beautifully. Then after that, I thought operations side I have to move from, because all these years without sleeping, all odd times, no night 12 o'clock going with a uniform to the airport, coming back morning 10 or 11, hardly 2 or 3 hours sleeping. See, I was very conscious about my health and beauty. More than health, I think without sleeping, that will go. So I should, but I don't want to leave aviation also. So like that only when I heard an opening coming for Kingfisher Airlines in sales in Bangalore, I applied. Usually from operation side, nobody gives to the marketing side. But anyway, because I never, in airport also when I work, I never made my time lazy. I have kept all the contacts and every government agencies, even corporate agencies as a airport person I had. So that my manager, he's from Chennai. He knew me before. In the airline industry, we know each other. So like that, he thought I'll be a person for the South, for the sales and marketing. Like that, I joined with Bangalore. Then I came to Mangalore to set the station. Then I came to Calicut, Kozhikode to set the station. Then beautifully it was going. Then finally one day that also this
so you were there till the Kingfisher was closed.
Yes, 1.5 year salary Vijay Mallya has to give me, because for him, when the 4 managers remained till Lent, I was one of them to set the liabilities, all those things. So we don't have, Kingfisher doesn't have, only to staff they have to pay, nothing else. Outsiders, we don't have any liabilities.
Okay. So now when you were doing, you were in with the aviation sector, how you have come across with the Pravasis or those Indians settled in the Middle East?
Okay, that is because then I came to Rock Airways, Airways country head after
Hmm.
this.
Hmm.
So that also I was going to sing. That company was going to sing, I know, but I need a work at that time. So how much month I can work with that. That also when the airline was in the skies, the airline closed, company closed. So that is also another crisis management. So that also a lot of liabilities for the agents, crores and crores. Then no company here. I was the country head and it was only depending on me, people believed and gave all this. No company was diluted. You imagine there was nobody to ask. So I stood. I thought I will go to the king and get them back whatever I have to give to the Indians, my station. So like that, media interviews and all came like that. I got back within 15 days. Company opened and settled all the claims. So like that, in the phase of Pravasis, I was a star at that time. Even agency like that. So after that, I thought I have to stop this. And then in contract level, I went to Air India for a 6 months. From there, I thought again, this is I have to take a change. This is finished. Long years I have worked very safely. Everything I have enjoyed the work and I have saved. I lived whatever I thought in my childhood I should be. I should buy. All this I have done. So I thought I should do the community. I have to do only for my family and to my nearest closest people. I've done something. So Pravasis all grieves everything I hear in the airport. Many things like the body when they coming die, the body is weighed by the airline and taking, and all those sad things from the people I have had. So I thought something I have to do for them. Like that, attempts was to make the free of cost for the people who die in abroad to their bring their body, paying and bringing instead of that. So we made a hunger strike in Jantar Mandir, and it was within 2 days itself. It was sorted out by the aviation minister Suresh Prabhuji, and it was free, making 1,500 dirhams only because it was coming. It was almost 1.5 lakh from Dubai to India. Women died. See, because they are the economic soldiers of the country, NRIs, I believe. But we don't give any respect back to them. At least when they die, we don't have to go and show hands to the people. No? Like that also became a big news in the world of Pravas.
So basically, the way you help the Pravasis because of your aviation context, plus you have tried to stand with them, you became the star among the Pravasis. And that's why you have joined the politics, or there was any other reason for the joining the
No,
politics?
then at that time only, it was slowly going. I didn't know where to turn in the life because job is gone. Whatever I thought in life, everybody will be with us. Many things personally, many all happened. So what to do like that only. But I didn't give up. But I thought I'll work with them for them as many this NGO and all. That time the election came, parliament election came. So in our group, it was a discussion like that. Why don't from NRI said somebody contest for the election? So I said I'm ready. So all said you are the apt person. But it was for a joke. It was said like that. They all. But when I was serious, what happened? Everybody was against me. Why you want to stand? You are killing the democracy. That ladies, we don't want to come. Politics will be killed because every time here the UDF win, and there if somebody raise a voice like that, that vote will share will be shifted to Modi ji like that. So I am a binami of Modi ji like that talk. Whatever I didn't even dream, things happen. So I thought that this is something very different. I should not give up. So when I going to give the nomination, they asked me to. All the leaders came to me. So I thought, why they all come to me to say this? No, you don't give this nomination, all those things you don't do. So I was surprised to hear that. So I know something. It is great. I'll go up. That time only Ramdas Atewala ji came and called me and said he's a very good friend of mine, and is the party's general secretary, Dr. Raju. They both said, "You contest, we'll support you." Nobody is there to support. Even Pravasis was divided at that time in the name of politics. Because here, the
So it means the Pravasis who were supporting you earlier full-heartedly and making you a heroine or praising you like anything, decided to ditch you, decided to back out from your support because they do not want you to be in the politics at all.
Yes.
Or they have a political alignment with one or the other parties in Kerala, and that's why they were not interested that you should divide the votes. They were never okay. So you contested the election.
Yes, I contested the election.
And how many votes you got?
Vote and it's not big.
Not much.
Not
because
much.
Because that yes.
Ma'am taught me any political party, it was a decent vote. No, because in the contestants, no, I was the only lady contestant in my this. So like, so that also ladies also, I think no ladies also came to work with me. Nobody voted also, but only the people from the, even it was a very big surprise to get from military. I got 12 votes, So how they came to, so I was so happy to hear that because people from far away watches what is happening in Calicut.
But okay. So, but you also did the social, you have become the general of International Human Rights Commission. What is this?
That's
Can you explain?
Yeah, that is a organization all over we have, but in every country it is divided in under somebody it is. And this, the patron was Ramdas Adewalaji. That only I came entering. So I thought in everything that human rights, we support for something. That support happens, any like dowry system, any killing, any thing like that. No, so I thought something different I will do. So, sorry. So like that also again my brain went to the Pravasi world because lot of Indians are in abroad in jails with reason or no reason. So I thought nobody helps for them. So like that only I came to in Qatar Central Jail. There were 20 years. Now it is 20 years. 2 people's about murder case, but they are not the real murderers. So in that case, I was hearing and I went to National Human Rights Committee of Qatar government and I was studying about it. So when I studied on that, I understood there are many in every countries, even in the economic, all this liabilities, check cases, all these things, drug cases. So like that I work, I started working. So I have now, actually in the before Corona time, we were able to release some people by contacting Qatar. They are supporting, but still nobody is interested. No politician or anybody is interested in this. Any MP or MLA. I get the cases every day too. Yesterday night also I got a case. 5 years that one daughter.
But tell me, you were defeated in the election. You have not got support from those Pravasis, and still you want to work for them. Still, they have no remorse. They still feel that no, you are good to do the social work for their benefits. But when the election things comes, no, we are not going to support you.
Yes,
you have so you are not feeling sometimes that why I'm doing this for those who are so thankless people.
That when people like you ask me, I will think, oh yeah, but I have an answer for that because there are voiceless people in India and in abroad, Pravasis also, who speak and who don't speak and who don't know to speak. So that voiceless people, why should we enter to mix with these people? I thought.
Okay, so now what is your plan? Because you have a quite long journey to play. So you want to be known as a social worker. You want to work more for social work, or you want to go for the politics again and try your hands again in the politics?
Yeah, that only. Without politics, without power, we cannot do anything. That's why I changed from social work to this. Because if we go and do a social work, no, all the politicians will come and ditch us there. Because we don't have a party. Without a party in India, we cannot do any help to anybody. So I want to help people. So I want to be a politician only. Or we are
So
not.
you are planning to contest elections again in 2024 for the parliament?
Inshallah.
Oh, that okay. So basically, your social work is still continuing, and you are also in politics, and you want to contest election just to see, because you feel that because of the politics you will be, or once you become some elected representative, you can do more social service than without having the connection, because you require the say to reach to the senior persons in the government.
Yes.
So this what you want to do.
Yes,
Okay.
Totally.
Okay. So so let's hope that you will get 2024. These Pravasis who have ditched you in 2019 will support you, because in spite of their non-support, you are still thinking about them day and night, and you are working for them. It's a hats off to you, because it's generally the people who get this type of behavior, their treatment from those who have, for whom you have worked so much. If they are not supporting, then the people feel that why I should do, but you are still having that same zeal to support them. Okay, now my last thing, because the time is not there, what message you want to give to the young generation?
See, the young generation, I want to tell them is only education, we can reform anything. We no need of fighting or telling anything. So come without, be fearless and come to the society and work for anything. Don't keep times or hours to for your work.
Okay, thank you. Yes, you want to say something?
No, that only.
Okay, okay. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद नुसरत जहां जी आपका, कि आप हमारे संग आई और आपने इतने अपनी बातें बताई, कि इतनी परेशानियों से जूझते हुए भी आप में जज्बा है सोशल वर्क करने का, सामाजिक कार्य करने का, और आप अभी कर रही हैं और आगे भी करना चाहेंगी। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आज का कार्यक्रम कल आज और कल लाल गोयल के संघ का सीधा प्रसारण V4 न्यूज, ग्लोबल टीवी, V4 स्ट्रीम, न्यूज गांव से संवाद, सारोकार न्यूज के अलावा फेसबुक और यूट्यूब पे भी किया गया। एंड इन आवर एंडियर इज टू ब्रिंग टू यू एवरीडे न्यू टॉपिक in our morning session, that is media conference with Lal Goel. And tomorrow our topic is infertility, myths and facts. And our panelists are Dr. Rajiv Anand, senior psychiatrist and marriage counselor, Mumbai; Professor Dr. Vinita Das, infertility specialist, ex-dean and HOD OB-GYN, King George Medical University, Lucknow. We have Dr. Beena Tandon, MBBS, MD, obstetrics and gynecology, consulting obstetrician and gynecologist, director, Kishanalok Hospital, Lucknow; Dr. Aba Bhatt, senior IVF consultant, Art Fertility Clinic, Mumbai; Dr. Gauri Gupta, medical director, Desire IVF, Mumbai. So please tune in tomorrow for media conference with Lal Goel at 10:30 AM. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका नुसरत जहां जी, आप हमारे संग जुड़ी और आपने इतनी अच्छी अच्छी बातें बताई हमारे दर्शकों को। मैं सोचता हूं आज का कार्यक्रम बहुत प्रेरणादायक होगा, और विशेषकर उन बच्चियों को, उन लड़कियों को जो अपने जिंदगी में अपने सपनों को पूरा करना चाहती हैं। अड़चने आती हैं, लेकिन जैसा नुसरत जहां जी ने कहा, एक शिक्षा अगर आप लोग लें और शिक्षा के सहारे आप काफी कुछ कर सकते हैं।